Well, hello and welcome back to the TAO Manifesting Tarot. This is the weekend edition. That's why it is called the TAO Trifecta. Because what I'm doing is taking a look at the energies for the week ahead in three major areas of your life. And it doesn't really get any more important than these three: health, wealth, and happiness. Pretty important, huh? So we'll take a look at the energies ahead. We got some interesting astrological stuff going on this week, and in fact for the rest of the month. So let's see what kind of energies we're looking at this week. Alrighty, so the TAO Trifecta, the audio edition. Let us begin. We start from the left, work our way to the right. Left side talks about health. Okay, but don't just think necessarily about your physical health, although that is certainly something to consider. But it's general health in terms of overall physical, mental, spiritual health, that combination. Anyway, the oracle card up front, the key energy is chop wood. Get down to business. Well, for a number of places, especially in the northern hemisphere, we are into February, which means spring is ideally not that far behind. Spring, you think, spring cleaning, may not do anything about it, but you think about it, it crosses your mind. So that kind of fits in. Chop wood. Get down to business. In terms of your health, there is something that you need to take care of. You're aware of it. You've been kind of playing around the edges, maybe going in, doing it for a while, and then backing away, going back to your usual routine. And it's kind of been off and on, off and on, off and on, off and on. Now, to some degree, remember I said you think of health, you think of overall health. So it would be the physical health, mental health, spiritual health. After the past 3 years, at least, your mental health from time to time may be questioned. It's a very, very, very difficult transformative time that we're in. And so there's a lot of stress. Lots of stress on all different levels. It is an assault on humanity like I've never, ever seen or could even imagine. So this is also impacting you and affecting you in so many different ways. So when it says to chop wood, get down to the business of taking care of your health, there is a particular thing, item, thought, plan that you've been entertaining, or as I said, maybe even kind of teasingly playing with it from time to time, but backing away, falling into your old habit patterns because they're comfortable, you're used to them. Time is, it can't do it anymore. In fact, that's what 2023 is all about. Enough with the playing, enough with the sitting on the sidelines and watching as a spectator. It's time to get in and on some level start to manifest your life. So chop wood, get down to the business of your health. And the amplifying card in Beck is the King of Swords. Swords are thoughts, ideas. And the King really is very analytical. And you know, you see him holding up that sword, the sword of truth. That's what he is in search of, or that's what he has. Something comes to you, maybe a piece of information, some realization that will help you to chop wood when it comes to your health, because it's time. My gut is telling me we are in for a new round of crazy, and so this would be the perfect time for you and all of us actually to get down, get busy, start taking care of your health on some level, okay? Some important level. So that's the health frequency for this week. And it doesn't mean that you have to accomplish it all in a week. It means that this is the week that you begin to develop it, to grow it. You start moving in that direction in a meaningful way, right? Not just, well, I'm going to do it. So we move over to the next card in the center. This has to do with wealth, but again, do not ever think of wealth in terms of just money. It could be that. But you see what focusing on money so much does to the world. There are so many things, I don't want to get necessarily political about this, but there are so many things, and the value of money is really coming into question. And I'll leave it at that. We'll see what the next weeks and months ahead indicate in that regard. But everything is changing. You cannot depend on anything. What you thought was always going to be Ain't going to be. So, in terms of wealth, broaden that definition. Think of the things that you value. What's important to you? Not what you've been told because you've been lied to. What is important? And that's one of the reasons I do these three categories: health, wealth, and happiness, because those are very, very important. But when you get right down to it, money cannot buy anything but things. Doesn't buy you love, doesn't buy you health, and certainly doesn't buy you happiness. Those are things that you have to work on your own. It's an inside job. So when we say wealth, we're talking about widely defining, and right now that would be a real good idea. And it says go the distance. Go the distance. Great advice. Because I believe in the coming weeks and months, you are going to see that everything that you were told was valuable isn't. On some level, it was a lie, it was a scam, it was a sham. And if you pay attention, and that's more than just mass media, which is another lie and a scam and a sham. But if you dig a little deeper, just below the surface, you'll find out that everything that you thought was real isn't. So that's why I say the idea of wealth, expand your idea of wealth. And of course, coincidentally, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, we're talking about wealth. We're talking about the things of value, and the Knights always bring a gift. They are thorough, they are practical, they are consistent, and they're very, very realistic. They're also very slow. Pentacles are just slow. Woo-wee. But what that tells me is this whole idea of reevaluating everything in your life, and I do mean everything, is going to be a long process. So it may begin in this coming week. You begin to realize certain things, and then you start acting on them in 2023, or you have to act on them, as I am worrying. You're going to find out this isn't true, this isn't true, this is failing, this is not, not what you thought it was, and you're going to have to adjust. 2023 is going to be a big year of adjustments, and getting a good set of values, establishing a good, strong set of meaningful personal values, very, very important to you. Alrighty, so we move over to the right. We have the Oracle card, New Life. Happiness, new life. Wow, what a connection. That's a nice connection. Happiness, again, one of the things that money cannot buy, but so essential. And I think over the past few years at least, what we all were told would make us happy, we have discovered but we haven't been getting it. I mean, literally, to say that the last 3 years has pulled back the curtain on The Wizard of Oz, and you get to see what a fiasco it really is. All the stuff that you thought, or that they told you was important, all the things that they told you to do and live and think and feel, it's all baloney, pretty much. And that is very upsetting for a lot of people. So now the only option is new life, which means regenerating, right? Kind of making life in your own terms. To do that, of course, you need a good, strong sense of values, and to do that, you need the understanding or realization that that is what must be done, no longer just sitting on the sidelines. So when it comes to happiness, you are going for a new life. Something, it's not going to change all over. You're not going to get a different car or whatever if you can have a car. But the point of the matter is, you're going to compile all of these things in a way that they fit your new sense of priorities. That might be the best way to say it, priorities. What's really important to you? What will make you truly happy? I mean, down in your soul, what will make you truly happy? And the card behind that, kind of clarifying a little bit, is the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords very often is called the thief. I don't think it's that at all, especially when we're kind of taking a look at it from a manifesting point of view. I think the Seven of Swords is somebody who says, I've had enough. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm leaving. Not going to make a big deal about it, but I'm out of Dodge. Not sticking around because it's been baloney. In this card, which you cannot really see very well on the screen, you have the Seven of Swords like you always do. He has 5 swords he's carrying. 2 swords are left behind. These are other people's thoughts, other people's ideas, other people's values. The stuff that you've been told all your life is important. You have discovered, wow, there's no value to it at all. Everything that we have is dependent upon some level of honesty, integrity. And there is none, or virtually. And that's the reality. So you're taking what is real to you, the information, the ideas, the thoughts, the 5 swords that are real to you, and you're getting out, not playing that game anymore because you're going for a new life. And to do that, you can't stay in the puddle. You got to get out. Got to get out on your own. So that's what you're doing. And it all kind of begins this week. And I'm thinking probably for the rest of the month. We got a big, nice new moon coming up on the 20th. So this would be a perfect time to start to formulate and start to move ahead. Let's do a quick review. On the left, we're talking about chopping wood in terms of wealth. Your overall wealth. And I would say for most people, that is the understanding. That's the swords card. That's the understanding that the stress is really taking a toll on you. And it's time to de-stress in your life. So you got to get down to the business. You got to chop wood to get down to the business of taking care of your health. In terms of the next card over, wealth, got to get your own personal set of values. Looks like the proverbial pentacles come up again. Yeah, so you got to get down to business, got to take care of business, and the knight is the one that is bringing you this idea. And you got to go the distance. I mean, you can't go halfway. Well, I'll kind of do it this way, but I'll do it their way, that way. You can't. You have to do it all your way. Make a new life, the final card, for yourself. Changing your thoughts, changing your ideas, and one of those changes, don't play the game anymore. If you play the game, you give them all the control. You're never going to win. You have to start a whole new life. Get down to business, chop wood, go the distance, and really get a good, clear set of values, and then go for that new life. All begins this week, if you let it. Remember, this is you manifesting. So that is the TAO Trifecta for this week. Tomorrow, back to the usual TAO Manifesting Tarot reading. Hope you're here with me. When you are, it is so much better. Between now, however, and the next time we do get together to manifest tarot together, peace and blessings.